Voter turnout in Ontario has been dropping steadily over the last 40 years, as it has in elections held at every level in Canada. In the fall 2011 election, voter turnout fell below 50% for the first time. More Ontarians chose to stay home than chose to cast a ballot. Newspapers announced the arrival of the politics of the minority, the result of a disengaged and apathetic electorate. But if you read those papers closely, there was an alternative narrative playing out in schools across the province. It is the story of young Canadians learning about the democratic process, researching the party platforms, hosting candidate town halls, and debating the future of the province. The story of the largest civic education initiative ever held in Ontario, with more than 50% of schools in the province participating. The story of nearly 370,000 students under the voting age casting ballots on local candidates. The story of Student Vote Ontario 2011. During the campaign, Student Vote came to life. Students spent hours of class time learning about the election and discussing the issues that mattered most to them with their families and friends. Student Vote worked on a special pilot project with MacDonald School for the visually impaired and deafblind, and Drury School for the deaf, to ensure the program was available to all students in the province. For the first time ever, Student Vote was able to provide accessible resources, including Braille and ASL videos. School-wide campaigns were held in both schools to help students understand the electoral process and get them thinking about who to vote for in the provincial election. MacDonald invited local candidates to participate in a student-organized town hall. Drury held a student assembly, where students took on the roles of party leaders to share the platforms with their fellow students. And on Student Vote Day, the students at MacDonald and Drury joined the 369,967 students from 2,289 schools across the province in casting a ballot in their own vote. Students made headlines as they were featured in local newspapers. The Brantford Expositor featured an article highlighting how students used assistive voting technology before turning 18. Students elected an NDP minority government and a Liberal opposition, the two parties separated by only 2 seats. This was by far the most successful and accessible student vote program ever held in Ontario. And we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.